Kai Havertz is going to be out with a knee issue, and assessments are underway. And right now, Arsenal are looking for ways to strengthen the attack. So let's break it all down. Welcome back to All About Arsenal. Right now, we're going to just take a deep dive into the tweet from David Ornstein regarding Kai Havertz. The renowned journalist from The Athletic stated that Kai Havertz has suffered a knee injury and assessments are still ongoing. Arsenal doesn't know the prognosis as of right now, but obviously they have to invest in getting a new striker to support Victor Gyökeres. It's so funny to see how these things are panning out, bearing in mind that Kai Havertz also suffered an injury at the tail end of last season when we went for the Dubai warm weather training, and he missed the business end of the campaign with that hamstring injury that kept him for almost 3 to 4 months. In that period, Arsenal had to rely on Mikel Merino to play as a centre forward, and it was very, very difficult. So according to David Ornstein, early assessments are still ongoing, which means we're not certain on the extent of how Kai Havertz is going to be out for. But knowing knee injuries, you can only hope for the worst. As he said that he was set for a spell out, this means that Arsenal might probably be without Havertz for a couple of months. So obviously, the club doctors will be running their tests, the scans and all that, but we don't know. That's just the uncertainty on stuff like this. Obviously, we're going to expect an official update from the club pretty soon, and that's when we can know that we can start ringing the panic bells. The key thing here to note is that we have 11 days left before the transfer window closes, and with Gabriel Jesus still out injured, we can't go into the new campaign with only Victor Gyökeres as our striker. I think as much as I like Mikel Merino, I don't want to see him in attack this season. We all know how Kai Havertz has been an instrumental player for the club since joining from Chelsea. Last season, he was our highest goal scorer, and even in the previous season, he was also our highest goal scorer. Came into the club as he left it for Granit Xhaka, but he kind of grew into the role, and as soon as Declan Rice started playing the box-to-box role, Havertz became our de facto centre forward, and Gabriel Jesus' injury issues didn't make things easier. But he adapted to the role, and that's why he did very well for us. So losing Havertz right now to a knee injury is not something that we wanted to going into this campaign, because the idea was that he was going to offer us something different for what Victor Gyökeres was going to be doing. So the question now is, who will cover him in the meantime? We have just Gyökeres, and of course, I'm guessing Merino will be the backup striker until Arsenal goes into the transfer window to get someone. Looking at the youth ranks, I think it's just Harry Senanus that can potentially play as a centre forward, because Butler Oyedeji left the club this summer. So clearly, Arsenal is very short in attack, and that's not where we want to be right now. Who can Arsenal potentially get in the transfer market? Maybe Oli Watkins, who have been linked with him in the past, or maybe, I don't know, at this point in time, Arsenal's priorities had not necessarily been a centre forward. It has always been about Eberechi Eze, but it seems like he's ready to go to Tottenham. Rodrigo is supposed to be another alternative. Rodrigo is a winger. I think what Arsenal need now will be a centre forward, and it's interesting to see who better cooks up in the market. This is very, very sad because the timing is really bad. We're going into a new season, and we really wanted every player to be fit enough to play for us. Gyökeres, Havertz, but as it stands now, Havertz may not be available for the foreseeable future, and we need to learn how to adapt in the short term. On the bright side, Leandro Trossard signed a new contract. He has actually played for us as a centre forward in the past, like his false nine. If you want to know more about Trossard's new contract and Arsenal potentially selling Vieira, look at this video.